ho! It is absolutely glorious. What's good, everybody? Welcome in to the Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it's not close. Now, as you can see, we have left the friendly confines, and we only do that if we're taking the Early Edge to everybody. We're in the Big Easy, New Orleans, Louisiana tonight. Misfits boxing. I told you, Early Edge, we're going everywhere, and I meant it. Coming off a good, solid day at the brand yesterday. A little 7-5 day, EC, 2 out of 3. Tough on that Phillies team total. They weren't even able to score. Just a tough miss. AB coming through strong. But that was yesterday. And hopefully you guys watched the early wedge. You got your golf picks in. We got more coming up in a matter of moments. But I woke up this morning, and I said to myself, I need a pick-me-up, which means you at home need a pick-me-up. And then I thought to myself, what day of the week is it? Oh, and Eric in the chat said it best. I'm ready. And I'm ready for Big Pick Energy Friday. Let's go. Are you kidding me right now? Where do I even start? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button for me. It helps the show grow. Because with this group, we have grown to the #1 sports betting show in all of America. I don't care what anybody says. So first and foremost, he's been gone for a minute, but apparently he loves to shoot action shots of himself sweating on the treadmill. Like we're supposed to believe he actually works out. Buckets, good morning.
Coach, you're giving away my secrets. I wasn't actually on the treadmill. I just took a bunch of water from the sink and splashed myself all over before that picture. Glad to be back, though. We are on a little 5-0 run over the past 2 days. Let's keep it going.
Oh, 5-0 run. I tell people you can get him at SportsLine or on the Twitter. He's always putting plays there as well. Buckets hang tight. Now, next, please let this work because this man, you talk about a heater. We're not even going to the 4th or 5th innings with his picks lately. Live from Nashville, Tennessee, the penthouse level. M Squared, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Can you hear me? That is the question.
Yes.
All right, beautiful. I'm not going to say anything else. Just good morning. Let's get to it.
There we get to it. Everybody's asking about your picks on the site. We'll get to that in just a second, as soon as I welcome properly everybody in. Now, next, he's been a incredible addition to the Early Edge, but specifically to Big Pick Energy Friday. He's the sniper, Matthew Snyder. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning. Can we still do the storylines that affect the betting line thing and bring back the golden oldie? Because watch Fernando Tatis Jr. futures here. The Padres were 9-11 before he came back. They won last night. I know he was 0-for-4 with 2 strikeouts, but it's going to take him a second to get reacclimated to the majors. He hasn't been in the majors since 2021. I think he's going to absolutely blow up and put up MVP numbers. If they were 9-11 before he started, they go on to win the division. Watch him for MVP. Look at those futures.
Better be ready because he's got a lot to prove, and this is a great time to do it. Next, he is the counselor of cash here every single day, and we love that he's on our team. Mr. Sia Nejad, good morning, sir.
Good morning. This show really picks me up. I was actually down coming into the show because, of course, I had the first 5. I was trying to go on a 3 to 4 in a row streak there. Ken Maeda gets plunked in the shin, goes out of the game in the 2nd inning, and then the guy who comes in gives up promptly 6 runs, 6 earned runs on 8 hits. There goes that first 5. But here I am at Big Pick Energy, and I'm super excited. I got another pick. This time we're going to go to golf, and we got something in a couple of hours that you're going to be interested in.
Oh, a little tease there from the counselor. And finally, the reason we call this show what it is, the reason that we get out of bed on a Friday is this man is our true leader. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from a million different shows. But damn it, I love having him on this one. Good morning to Chip Patterson. Good morning, Chip.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, M Squared. Good morning, Sia. Good morning, Sniper. Good morning, Buckets. Good morning, Early Edge fam. And yes, Reed, I see you. You are in the chat saying, holy hockey pucks. Did the SportsLine app just give me a notification of a Chip Patterson hockey play. And guess what, Reed? You've got the answers to the test. You've got the spoiler to the movie, because I try to be a man of principles, if nothing else, and that is to try and get my picks in on the SportsLine app before I share them with you, so that you who have the SportsLine app and are paying for that subscription, you get those notifications first. You can get the very best lines. So yeah, we got a little Pucks Patterson coming up later in the show. Excited to break it down for y'all.
And speaking of paying for a subscription, and a lot of my friends are in this category, and I just don't get it. Here's a public service announcement. Stop bitching about the blue check mark on Twitter. Pay the $8 or shut up, because I'm tired of all these millionaires going, where'd my blue check mark go? Oh, my God, I can't. Stop. Just stop it. Dumbest thing ever. Thank you, Sniper. Now, Claudio in the chat, I've had enough of you. If you want to complain, go complain somewhere else. UFC picks killed it last week. Buckets just said he was 5-0. This is the long game. Every single day. Stop with the negativity or you're out. I don't understand coming to a show that you don't like, because you secretly do. So stop with the negativity. Now, all of the introductions are done. So let's get to business, because we've got three big NBA plays tonight. Counselor, I'm starting with you. It's time to look at fade or follow. And last night, the games weren't great, but we had drama in all. Game number 1, Celtics playing the 5, the total 229. Counselor, how are you leaning into this one?
I just don't think the Atlanta Hawks are a playoff team. I don't think they're a playoff caliber team. And I think the Celtics are really kind of honed in on getting this series over with. And especially with, I know Giannis is probably going to play soon, but this Celtics team is going to overpower the Hawks over 4 quarters. So I actually expect them to win. It's not an official play for me yet. If it is, it will be on the SportsLine app. I expect the Celtics to cover, though.
And by the way, all the picks that you see here on this show, you can get on SportsLine an hour before the show. That is worth it right there. M Square, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm going to be with Sia here. It's going to be Boston or nothing on this one. I agree. I don't think that Atlanta's really a playoff team here. I think the series has gentleman's sweep written all over it. And what I mean by that, you go up 3-0, you kind of relax a little bit. Game 4, you go finish the deal back at home. That's what I see here. If Atlanta wins a game in this series, it should be Game 4. So yeah, give me Boston here -5.
All right, Chip, are you going to make it 3 for 3?
100%. UNITY, you lay it or nothing. Otherwise, you're just like asking to be holding on to a losing ticket. Sometimes I say don't make wagers that are just going to be unfun experiences. I want everyone to better themselves with their betting experience. And holding on to Hawks +5 could get really, really dicey early. Don't ruin your night like that. Celtics are nothing.
I like to say you're betting with hope when you make bets on teams like that. You're hoping that they show up. I don't like to bet with hope. It's a great analyst. By the way, Jairi Turner says, Coach just cursing got the whole office staring at me.
Ha! Headphones, bro.
Yeah. What are we talking about here? Are you kidding me? Come on, Jairi. You're better than that. You're here every single day. All right, game number 2. And this series suddenly, to me, might be the most exciting series of the entire first round. You're going to have an 8:30 p.m. start at Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena, an arena that I've performed in dozens of times. There's no better atmosphere. Knicks are laying a 1.5. The total, 211. Sia, are you fading or following the Knicks?
I'm going to follow the Knicks. I really like this spot for them. I mean, the Cavaliers are a good team, and I think this game might go 7 games, but I like the position that the Knicks are in. Coming off a loss, being at home, I think they win this one.
Okay. Mikey.
Yeah, I don't love this spot. Typically you look at home court advantages. Do the Knicks have one? Yeah, they kind of do. However, it's just such a big stage. It's where guys like Donovan Mitchell really elevate their game as well. I think the game's going to be pretty competitive overall. I just think Cleveland is a little better in every single way. So I lean towards the Cavs here in this one.
All right, so we got one lean to the Cavs, one lean to the Knicks. Chip, break the tie.
Yeah, anything under a bucket, you go ahead and you grab the Knicks. I imagine that with it being a popular play, that it could increase as we get closer and closer to tip-off. Pays to watch live, as Coach tells you. So as it's sitting there, it was 1, 1.5. If it continues to climb north to 2, 2.5, I do think it's going to be a competitive game. But man, that atmosphere is going to be absolutely electric. So I would say Knicks minus the 1.5.
I would give anything to be at this game tonight. It is going to be electric. It's going to be amazing. Ryan in the chat says the best. The chat absolutely destroying the negative bozos. You come at the early edge, you get the whole damn crew.
They called him Fraudio. Like I'm telling you, the fam is doing the work for us. Like it is truly a family here. We love it.
It's amazing. Chip said it best. It's amazing. You guys handle the business while we're trying to handle the business all at the same time. Game number 3. And this one got very competitive in the second half of game number 2. But the Nuggets still a favorite on the road. Interesting. Timberwolves, the underdog at home, money line plus 115. The total 223. Both games so far has sailed to the over. Mikey, let's start with you. How are you leaning here? Fading or following the Nuggets as a road favorite?
You know, the number definitely wants you to grab. It's pulling you in to grab the Nuggets at less than a full possession. I'm going to be there, though. I like it minus 2.5. I think they're the better team. I'm interested in backing Minnesota in the first quarter and in the first half of this game. I still think it's a really, really, really tough ask for them. Very similar to the Celtics series. If they win one, I think it's game 4, not game 3.
Did you just say you're going to be at the game tonight?
No, I'm not going to be at that game. I meant I'm going to be on the Nuggets side.
Oh, got it.
I'm staying in Nashville tonight this week.
Okay.
No travel this week.
He's a jet setter, so we never know where he's going to show up. That's why we love him so much. Counselor, where are you going here?
Well, he probably isn't going to be at that game because we know he always just pops up at MSG with the biggest game of the year, whatever that game may happen to be. I'm not jealous, just pointing it out. Listen, I said 2 days ago on this very show that I actually expected the Minnesota Timberwolves not only to lose game 2, but to not cover as well. But I did say I expect them to win and be competitive in game 3. So I'm not going back on my word here. I think the Minnesota Timberwolves actually win this game and, of course, cover the spread. I do think they're hurting with some of these low-key injuries with Jaden McDaniels and Naz Reid. I think those two guys are really important to the rotation, to the lineup, just to being a spark to the team. But I do like this Minnesota Timberwolves team more than most. This is the game that they win, and they're going to cover, of course, as well.
Yeah, I'm glad he pointed out McDaniels. He's the best defender they have, and he broke his hand hitting a wall, and he's out, and there's nobody to guard Porter or Jamal Murray or any of these guys that are scoring a lot from the outside. All right, Chip, talk to me.
Faded the Wolves last Friday, burned me just a little bit, but I really think the matchup here against Joker is bad for Minnesota on the front court, so I'll take the Nuggets and lay the 2.5.
All right, a lot of differing opinions, and I like that because we tell you all the time at home, use the information, and then you make the choice. You make the choice. Gentlemen, well done. Now, all of my crew members, I've asked them, I said, guys, I need you to work more. I need you to show up more, and they have delivered. In fact, almost every single day. You can see my crew right here.
Get breaking news.
Big news coming out of the NFL today.
Highlights and instant reaction.
The largest final round comeback in 4 championship history. We're down to the final 4.
I just want to take time to analyze greatness.
Talk winners and losers with a guy who's already a big winner.
CBS Sports HQ. It's all sports all day long.
We've made Buckets and the Sniper wait long enough. So we got a new little game today called Dog of the Day. We're going to give you 3 dogs, and you're going to pick one that's going to win on the field. Again, listen to the information. The White Sox currently plus 152 against the Rays, who've cooled off a little bit. Miami, Bucket's favorite team, plus 115 against the Guardians. And then the Boston Red Sox, plus 150 against the Brewers. So, Sniper, show Buckets how it's done. Which one of these dogs is going to get it done?
I'm going to go with the Red Sox, actually. They've won 5 of 6 since they were swept in 4 games in Tampa Bay. But, I mean, that's when the Rays were winning every single game, literally, at the time. Ever since then, the Red Sox have played very good baseball. The offense looks like it's starting to come together, even though the lineup looks pretty bad. Freddie Peralta of the Brewers, very good. That's why this is an underdog Red Sox. But Peralta got hit last time out, and he's pretty inconsistent as it is. Brewers might be stretched a little thin on the pitching side. After injuries to Woodruff and Burns, they've had to use a lot more relievers and dip into their depth a little bit organizationally in terms of the pitching staff. So we'll go with the Red Sox there.
Yeah, Jason agrees with you. He says Red Sox. I like it. Brewers also seem to be playing with smoke and mirrors. You agree with that statement?
Not necessarily, but, Red Sox on this one's a good one.
All right, Buckets. We have one Red Sox. Which dog? And we know you're a dog guy. Are you picking today?
Coach, I am a dog guy, and I actually have a dog-related omen that is the reason why I'm picking the Marlins for the dog of the day. If you are a pet owner, Coach, you know that there is no better alarm clock than the sound of a dog about to throw up. This is a true story. At 6 a.m. this morning, I'm laying in bed, and I wake up to the sound of Freya, my wonderful dog, going, whoop, whoop. And I wake up, open my eyes, and not a joke, she throws up a sock, a full intact sock on my bed, Coach. If that is an omen not to trust two teams that ironically have sock in their name, I don't have a better analytical reason for you. I can't find something better. Take the Marlins, avoid the Sox. Freya's told us that this morning. That's how you do it, Coach.
What color was the sock, Buckets? Was it a white sock?
The
or
sock,
red or
the sock was white.
Okay, I'll take the White Sox.
Yes.
Well, so Mikey already went.
all right.
Sia, what do you got?
Yeah, I don't know how to follow that. So I'm also going to go with a sock, but I'm going to agree with the sniper here. I like the Red Sox. I mean, this number is just too big. I mean, I don't want to back Pivetta. I really don't. But when it comes to Pivetta and Peralta and these two teams, when we look at their bats as well and how Boston is coming on, this plus 150 is just way too big. I'll definitely take the Red Sox here.
Chip, save us, please.
White Sox, water finds its level. Let's start fading Tampa for when we have good opportunities. Let's go.
This is a great opportunity. There's no doubt about that. All right, so we got through Dog of the Day. And for those of you that may have found us in the last 6 months or a year, you're like, why would they ever talk about a dog throwing up on the show? That never happens. Except it has happened on camera.
On the show.
On the show.
That's right.
It was amazing. Best moment in Early Edge history. If you weren't here, I'm sorry you didn't get to see it because it was amazing. It was amazing. All right. It's time to pick the prop. And this is also another Buckets original. And I'm scared to have him play, but we're going to allow it. Sniper, I'm going to start with you. Mike Trout plus 255. Juan Soto plus 330. Anthony Rizzo plus 400. Two cappers on Thursday correctly predicted that Cody Bellinger would go yard. And guess what? Cody Bellinger went yard. Sniper, who are we leaning into today?
Yeah, we're going to go with Mike Trout. He has not hit a home run since April 8th. So that means he's due. That's way too long. He's gotten several hits in the last couple days. He has been swinging and missing a lot, but it leads me to believe he's focusing a lot more on power these days. Like I said, April 8th last time, he's due. Mike Trout with a bomb.
All right, Trout. All right. Now, three different numbers, Buckets. Trout, Soto, or Rizzo. Talk to me.
Coach, I am, of course, going with none of these three. This is not where the value is. I have proven myself as an MLB handicapper. I've shown my knowledge when picking the Marlins to be the dog for the day. So I'm going for someone that plays for the Marlins that's not on the board. Currently at plus 450, we have Jazz Chisholm Jr. for the Marlins. I'm taking him to, I believe the phrase here is go the yard. He did it just 2 games ago, Coach. I think it happens again.
Go the yard. No.
Go the yard. No,
Yeah.
it's the yard.
Close enough, we guess.
Is this a real player? Is it like did he say it correctly?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, Mikey. Mikey, what do you got?
Juan Soto. I like the spot for Juan Soto. You might notice Fernando Tatis back in the lineup adds a little protection for him. He is very good at drawing walks, but he will get pitched to just a little bit more out of necessity heading forward here. So I like this spot. It's a big park shift for him. One of the biggest ones they'll see all year going from Petco to Chase. Chase does surrender more doubles than home runs. However, he does have the power to get it done. And he's facing a pitcher in Zach Gallen who relies heavily on a four-seam fastball, throwing it about 60% of the time. Give me Juan Soto.
That is how a professional breaks down a home run prop, just like that. Now, Sia, back that up.
Yeah, we're going to go Mike Trout as well at plus 255. I mean, this is a really good pitching matchup. He's going to face Taylor Clark for a couple of innings. And then speaking of going yard, Ryan Yarbrough comes in. And I think Mike Trout's going to get all of these two guys. So I think a home run is in order. Mike Trout's gone fishing, and he's caught a Taylor Clark and a Ryan Yarbrough.
Chip, what do you got?
I'm going to go Rizzo here. Playing at home last time that Kikuchi was on the road. He got peppered by the Angels a little bit earlier. He was a little bit of an over pitcher for me last year. Only 3 appearances so far. Not enough for the Chipolytics to really be running, but I like that as a good opportunity for the Yankees to put some out the park, and Rizzo can go get one of those for us.
I feel like that could be a new branded segment somehow, the Chipolytics. I like that. I like that a lot. You know me, I'm all about branding. All right. Joseph said, new early edge shirt, go the yard. Well, I am working on a new store for us as we speak. Maybe that'll be one of them. We also are going to do a counselor shirt with like different heads on it that says MLB, NBA. I've got a lot of ideas. So save your money right now because you're going to be buying a lot of stuff from our new store as soon as I get it up and running. But it's time to get to our day. We've given you leans. We've given you picks. We've given you everything in the first half of the show. But now it's time to get specific, but not before I pay all my incredible cappers. Here's another word from one of our incredible partners.
Phenomenal! Absolutely magisterial here!
Artilharia do Campeonato Brasileiro!
Oh, and I know many of you are waiting, and you wait till the end of the show. If you're brand new to the brand, you know we got a little something extra just for you. But on a Friday, when we're trying to head into the weekend with a lot of energy, well, it just seems like it's the right time and the right feel. So M Squared, if you don't mind, you know the drill, son! It doesn't matter if we're on the road, at home, baseball, basketball, playoffs, hockey. It doesn't matter. This man does it all, and he brings it to you. Also, the weather report is so important. So, Mikey, these team totals just keep coming through day after day after day. So, if you don't mind, give it to me.
All right, Coach. A team total time here. We're going Toronto Blue Jays on the road at Yankee Stadium here. Over 4, even money. I'm going to get a ton of questions. Do I like 3.5? 3.5 is fine if you're not paying more than minus 135. If you can find minus 135 at 3.5, play that. If you're paying minus 110 at 4, I would rather you play over 4.5 and bring that number down to hopefully plus 120. But as far as the game here goes, look, you know the drill on this one at this point. You get a team in a positive park shift with a guaranteed ninth inning team at bat at Yankee Stadium. I have about a 10% boost in overall run scoring from the weather today at Yankee Stadium. But now let's talk about Domingo Germán. He's someone I want to pick on a little bit, despite actually believing that he is a top-tier pitcher at times. He's got 4 pitches, really only throws 3 of them, and about 75% of the time, you're going to see a curveball or his four-seam fastball. The curveball has been pretty effective. That's what players are going to be sitting on, especially division opponents like this that study them well. When you look at his fastball, though, that's what's concerning to me. His fastball has not been good, and he's throwing it a lot. Last season, threw it 300 times, 400 weighted on base average. So far this year, 66 times already, 500 weighted on base average, and the expected data brings that up to 600. For a little context, league average is going to be about 320. And looking at the velocity here, when you're sitting curveball and dealing with a four-seam fastball, that's difficult when you're seeing a 75 to 80 mile an hour curveball and a 95 plus fastball. Not the case here. The curve is actually in the 80s and his fastball is sitting 92. It is actually relatively easy to make that adjustment for these hitters here. We're going to take the Blue Jays team total. We need a 4th run for a push, a 5th run for a win condition. Blue Jays score some runs today.
The last 2 minutes are the reason why I tell all of you, you cannot just fast forward to the recap screen. Knowledge is power, educate and entertain. Nobody does it better than M Squared. But that's just the start. Now, Sia Nejad, there is one, and I mean one, team event on the regular season PGA Tour schedule, and it is this week, and it happens to be in the city that I'm sitting in right now, the Zurich Classic in New Orleans. I asked my Uber driver, how do you pronounce it? He goes, New Orleans. So that's how we're going to say it from now on, New Orleans. But there are some afternoon tee times, and I know that you've honed in on one. Talk to me.
First of all, Coach, putting me after Mike, not cool. Super uncool. So, yeah, I've got one here. There was another one I was considering, but I'm only going to give out one. By the way, there's some baseball games after 8 o'clock that I'm somewhat interested in. So maybe I'll put that out on SportsLine or Twitter, depending on the type of play that it is. But the play I'm honing in on right now is J.J. Spawn and Hayden Buckley over Davis Riley and Nick Hardy. It's minus 130. The Friday format for the Zurich Classic is alternate shot. It's not best ball. Why is that important? It's important because you're as strong as your weakest link when it comes to alternate shot. And the weak link here, in my opinion, is Nick Hardy specifically. We know Davis Riley can be a weak link, or I should say coach knows Davis Riley can be a weak link because I have a Venmo notification to prove that. But when it comes to JJ Spawn and Hayden Buckley, both of them are flushing the ball, and that's what I'm looking for here. There's been a sketchy putter, specifically when it comes to JJ Spawn, specifically last week, losing almost 5 strokes with the putter. But the bottom line is both of these guys have been very good, and Riley and Hardy have both been very erratic. And in an alternate shot format, I'll be all over the guys that have been very good and very consistent. That's Spawn and Buckley at -130.
I would be ticked off. It wasn't such a savage move by you. I actually respect it. Tip of the cap, Davis.
PGA Sia.
Yeah, PGA Sia. If I remember correctly, I paid out at 1 p.m. on Thursday. That particular.
You did.
Week. He was +9. Idiot.
Yes, he was, and you did.
It hurts. Now, Big Cheesy says if Sia picks a golf match, I put another unit on it. Easy, Big Cheesy, easy. But I get the point. Now, there are many reasons why being a heel is a good thing. It can feel good. It's fun. But Buckets, you have the chat. Half of them love you. Half of them don't love you. But you are polarizing, nevertheless. So as I look today, there are some soccer games on the pitch. They'll talk about them over on Galanza all day. 24/7 first ever soccer streaming service right here at CBS. But for the here and the now, Buckets, what do you got for us, big boy?
Coach, love me or hate me. Personally, I don't care. I'm taking you to the pay window this afternoon either way. We're starting with the German Bundesliga with a brilliant matchup between FC Augsburg and VfB Stuttgart at 2:30 this afternoon. Now, these are two relegation-bound teams, which means they have to play to win. And in soccer, I know this is a crazy concept. If you want to win, you've got to score some damn goals, and we're going to get goals in this matchup. I'm taking over 2.5 goals at -125. Augsburg have hit over 2.5 goals in their last 5 matches, averaging 4.6 goals a game in those matches, while Stuttgart are coming off of back-to-back games with 5 or more goals here. 2.5 seems a bit like a blessing here. And another extra bonus tip for those that are listening, because hashtag it pays to watch live, both teams to score has hit in 7 Augsburg games straight here. So maybe some different angles to look at there, but we love the over on this first play. Then for our second pick, we're going to the Portuguese Premier Division. We talk all the time about how home field advantage is massive in the soccer world. We look at teams like Red Star Belgrade, Ajax Amsterdam, Celtic, and Rangers, these teams that dominate at home. Well, in Portugal, there's a team called Braga that does the exact opposite. SC Braga thrives while playing on the road and love nothing more than shutting down their opponents' fans and just silencing the stadium. We're looking at that matchup between Casa Pia and Braga, and we're taking Braga over 1.5 goals team total at -125. Out of their 11 away fixtures this season, Braga have scored 2 or more goals in 10 of those 11 matches. On top of that, Portugal Premier is one of those weird leagues where only the top 2 teams on the table get a Champions League qualifying spot, and Braga is currently 2 points behind second place, which means they can no longer afford to mess around, and they can no longer afford to lose games. Take the team total. Again, love me or hate me, I'll see you guys at the pay window this afternoon.
I tell you what, I have never loved you more than when you just said that. That's what a true heel is. I have trained you correctly. Now, Bradley in the chat says, do you like Braga on the money line, Buckets?
I do like Braga on the money line. I see them coming out here with a 2-1, 3-1 type victory. They're not the best defensive side, so I do expect them to concede, but they're going to get a few goals in this one.
All right. And Joseph says, I love you, Buckets. Thanks for the West Ham match yesterday. He was 5-0 yesterday. For all of you haters, he was 5-0 yesterday. Stop it. I'm not going to listen to it. Just stop it. All right. We've come down to the final 2. And I think you know what order we're going in, because that's what we do every single Friday, because we are where you start your day. But this man has become an absolute savage. It doesn't matter if it's at CBSSports.com. It doesn't matter if it's on HQ. It does not matter. The sniper brings it every single day. Matthew Snyder, floor is yours.
Yeah, earlier in the chat, Big Cheesy mentioned something about how easy it is to fade the Giants right now, and I have to agree. I'm already on the Giants I'm fading the Giants. I'm on the Mets as one of my plays for today. Mets have won 7 of 8. They look really good right now, despite the little kerfluffle with Scherzer and the sticky stuff. They've had so many injuries to the rotation. They're starting Joey Lucchesi tonight. Left-hander, hasn't been in the bigs in a few years. He coming off the arm injury. He's thrown pretty well in AAA. I know AAA and the majors are a big difference, but the Giants are really bad, and especially against lefties like Lucchesi. The Giants against lefties this year are hitting .211 with a .272 on base percentage and .321 slugging. They're awful. As Big Cheesy said in the chat, fade the Giants. I'm on the Mets as a play today. Take a look at Francisco Lindor. Good history against Anthony DeSclafani, Giants starter in that one. But overall, the one play I do have is just the Mets to win on the money line. Also, out west, man, I'm picking everything out west, aren't I? Gonna go Shohei Ohtani with the strikeouts. Royals, one of the worst offenses in baseball, the worst offense against right-handed pitching so far this season. 3rd highest strikeout rate in the majors. Shohei Ohtani with 27 strikeouts in 21 innings. Looked like he was probably going to get to the over in strikeouts on Monday, but the rain cut his outing short. We can be the beneficiaries of that tonight because he comes back on short rest, but he only threw 2 innings. He's going to be fine. In his career against the Royals, 17 strikeouts in 12 innings. At home in his career, he has a 1.95 ERA. Get all over Shohei tonight.
It feels like, doesn't it, Sniper? It's going to be like a 5-1, 6-1 game.
Probably.
With 10, 11 strikeouts. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah. And I think I didn't even say the number. 7.5 strikeouts is the number. It's over that. Sorry, I didn't even say that. I got caught up in how bad the Royals offense was, and I performed poorly myself.
That's okay. That's why we have the snake. He has it all graphically so people can read it too. Not just listen, read, pay attention. All right, Sniper, you're the man. By the way, Nicholas says, what a great addition to the early edge. We agree.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Now, we still have a lot more to come, but don't tune out when we get to the recap screen. That's all I'm going to tell you for those of you that are new. But this is the time of the show that everybody waits for the entire week. I get tweets every single day. Is it Friday yet? Because I need to see Chip. So, Chip Patterson, as always, sir, with all the respect in the world, floor is yours.
Knicks on Friday night. MSG is the place to be. Knicks on Friday night. MSG. Take it away, Robert!
What?
What is this? What is this?
I gotta get there. Yes. Are you kidding me? Like, Knicks on Friday night in the playoffs in a series that is competitive. This is the greatest home court advantage in the entire first round, any series, any building. Anything under a bucket, we lay it. Knicks -1.5. Now we turn our attention to the ice on Long Island. The Carolina Hurricanes have a 2-0 lead going up to play the Islanders. Islanders, slight favorite, but we're going to be targeting the total because I don't know if everybody else is watching the Hurricanes quite like Pucks Patterson here, but man, the Islanders are trying to muck this up. They know they don't have enough skill. They know that they are outmatched in this game. They are trying to turn this into a little bit of a grind. They're being a little extra, as the kids say, and some of that extra includes slicing at Teuvo Teravainen's hand, breaking it, knocking him out for the series, probably 2 series, and who knows if Carolina's even playing then. So here's what's happened. Svechnikov down with the season-ending injury in March. Max Pacioretty only got 10 games out of him, and now you're taking out Teuvo Teravainen. This is an offensively challenged team already in the Carolina Hurricanes, and now you're taking another goal scorer off. This series is a race to 3 the rest of the way. Okay, now let's talk about something that has been going on in the chat already. 5.5 or 5. I'll go under either way. I had it at 5.5. Caesars currently has it at 5. Shop around just a little bit. I know the prices might get a little bit wonky as well, but I think that this is, again, this is going to be the line for me in the Hurricanes-Islanders series, a race to 3 the rest of the way, because the Hurricanes are going to play puck possession. They're going to play aggressive forecheck. They're going to limit the scoring opportunities for Barzal and the rest of the Islanders. And so this is like, I mean, to throw back to college football, the Hurricanes are now Iowa, okay? And look, Iowa can play good enough defensively to make it all the way to the Big Ten championship game. Now, they get blown out by Michigan in the Big Ten championship game, but you can at least get there. The Carolina Hurricanes playing Iowa football-style hockey can win this series, and I think that's the game plan. So we'll be going unders in this series, and again, a race to 3.
Do you see that next level handicapping right there? How he brought it back to college football somehow? Brought it back to college football? Chip, and you gave yourself another nickname that the chat is already eating up. I don't even know if I can sit on the tee that long, but Pucks Patterson. It feels good. It feels good.
And look, I mean, I can only talk about maybe like 5 or 6 NHL teams with a really like high level of expertise. That's just being here in Raleigh, going to a bunch of Hurricanes games. But these are 2 of them. I got you. I know what's going on in this series.
At least you can admit it. EC acts like he knows every hockey team, and we know he doesn't. So at least you can admit it. All right, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here's a recap, courtesy of the Snake on the 1s and the 2s. What a full day. And again, Early Edge in 5 coming up today at 4 p.m. Eastern time with more best bets for the night in sports. M Square, if you're not tailing his team totals now, I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't. Blue Jays team total over 4, even money. Let's go. Then the counselor. This is a second-round matchup. Spawn Buckley over Riley Hardy. By the way, the chat was asking, I'll get back to you in a second. Chip, Knicks -1.5, Hurricanes, Islanders under 5.5. He knows this Islanders team. Then Buckets, Augsburg, Stuttgart over 2.5. By the way, Buckets are asking, would you play over 2.5 and both teams to score at even money?
I would, Coach. I've got no problem with that one.
Boom. SC Braga team total over 1.5 -125. And then the sniper. He's on the Mets money line. They scored 9 runs last night. They're going to do it again tonight, -104. And then Shohei. 20 minutes from where I sit almost every single day when I'm not on the road. They love him in Southern California. He goes over 7.5 Ks tonight, -115. See a couple of chat questions before we get to the end. The Buckley pick or JJ Spawn pick over. Did you see it in the chat?
It was against the team with Hodges on it, and it was -140. I just don't like that price, and honestly, I think the Hodges team is a little bit more. I'm a little bit more favorable on them than the team I'm fading in Nick Hardy and Davis Riley.
Okay, very good. All right, Jeffrey says, awesome show. What a great start to the weekend. Best of luck on your bets today, ladies and gents. But alas, we are not done. Oh, no. My guys were amazing, as they always are. But this is Friday. This is heading to the weekend. We are literally a worldwide show, which means we've got to pay respect to all those around the world. Gentlemen, you know what time it is? It's time for the here or there parlay. Osman says the GOAT of the show is here today. Buckets, something that's never been said before. And he just said it. Buckets, what do we got today? And let us know if the games are today or over the weekend, please.
I will not let him down for believing that I am the GOAT of the show, Coach. And I agree with that statement, first and foremost. Second of all of these games are tomorrow. So thank you for the reminder, because I absolutely would not have remembered to say that. But it's time we hit a here or there parlay. It's been a hot minute. We've been exploring lots of new countries, lots of new betting angles, and lots of fun lines here. But we are honing in, and this is a 3-part parlay sitting at +100 that we will be cashing tomorrow morning. It is 3 different countries, 3 brilliant teams, and 3 different matchups here. Starting in Croatia with NK Istra 1961 versus GNK Dinamo Zagreb. All we're doing here is Dinamo Zagreb to score a goal. The same Dinamo Zagreb that is leading the Croatian HNL, that is averaging almost 3 goals a game, and out of their 20 games have only not scored twice. We just need them to score once. For our second match, we are going to the German Bundesliga, but not just any Bundesliga, the second Bundesliga. So the second flight of German soccer here in a matchup between Eintracht Braunschweig and FC Magdeburg. We're taking Eintracht Braunschweig to score a goal. They have not lost in 4 games and are coming off of their biggest win of the season as they took down the mighty St. Pauli. They're in goal-scoring form. I expect a couple goals out of them here tomorrow morning. And then finally, and the hardest team to pronounce here, we are going to the Slovakian Premier League with a beautiful match between FC Slovako, oh man, Uherský Hrad versus Sparta Prague. Over and under, or the line of me saying that correctly was +10,000. So bear with me here. But we're taking Sparta Prague to score a goal for the third part of this parlay. Sparta Prague is leading the Slovakian Premier League, and they are currently a couple wins from solidifying first on the table above their rivals, Latvia Prague. So take them to score. Those 3 teams just to score a single goal, plus 100 for tomorrow's games.
Can you do me a favor?
Damn it, Mike. He got me again, twice.
Oh, they were wondering. They were asking, where's the newspaper?
Believe
it's not far away. Mikey's got to be able to pass the time when Buckets is giving out those incredible Slovakian picks. Buckets, can you please post? Normally we don't like to do this, but can you post the here or there today on Twitter? I just feel like there was a lot of consonants and vowels. And stuff.
I'll post this one for everyone.
Thank you.
I think I'd rather try to say them than type them out.
I know. Well, we tried to do the spelling bee at one point, and that just got embarrassing. So we've kind of steered clear of that lately. Gentlemen, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all of you and everybody in the chat. These are the days that are fun. These are the days that we go, man, we get to do this for a living. So it's not lost on us that you take your time at home. But also, my guys need to be patted on the back every now and then, too, because this takes a lot of time, effort, study, information, all of it. And they do it better than anybody. So with all that being said, be positive today. Pay it forward today. Bring somebody else into your group. Be welcoming, because everybody is welcome here. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these Big Pick Energy Friday tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, level Buckets, Sniper, M Squared, the Counselor. Who did I forget? Chip! And the Snake, always behind the scenes. Somehow, he follows me. He never gets lost. He's the man. I can't do it without him. I am simply the coach trying to keep this train on the track. Hopefully you enjoyed today's show. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.